Saturdays, no commercials, no repeat song every hour. Music 24/7 on IndianaSRN. Music from past decades and the top hits every day, 24/7. Listen to the weekly Top 20 every Saturday and Sunday. It's music 24/7 on IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
So we're sitting here with the man, Tom Brown. If you want to build culture and grow your business the right way, take a page out of his playbook. You know, Tom's best strength is his ability to be available as a leader. And so I wanted to show you kind of his day-to-day as he walks the floor here at Morales Group.
But I also want them to understand that I'm never not there for them. For the company is a person we call our janitor. And so when we held them in that level of high esteem and stuff, I think they realize that they're as important as anybody else in this company.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
faster. How about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid earned that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on! What's wrong with you?
Being a man used to be simpler. You guard the cave, provide sustenance, honor thy name. A handshake sealed the deal, and a word was a promise. Today, things are a bit more complicated. We try to impress people we don't know by acquiring things we don't need. We have friends lists, but few real friendships. Things like integrity and kindness have fallen by the wayside. How can we know if we measure up when the scale is constantly changing? The Freemasons believe that a man's job is to be the best version of himself possible, to pursue truth and self-discovery. You give more and take less. We connect with our fellow man so that we may learn from each other, to challenge one another to live up to our highest ideals. We believe a man should be judged by his strength of character, his willingness to make sacrifices to improve both himself and the lives of those around him. For hundreds of years, the Freemasons have helped men find more meaning, to make connections with other men in a way that truly matters. For those seeking a deeper sense of purpose, a chance to make lasting friendships. To reach higher, to find more.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to high school volleyball on IndianaSRN. Jimmy Cook alongside Wes Snyder on the campus of Heritage Christian High School. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Thursday evening with us here on IndianaSRN in conjunction with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Tonight, Heritage Christian, they have their home opener when they look to get their first win of the season after falling in 5 games at Franklin Central to go 0-1 on the year. And they'll look for that first victory against the Mount Vernon Marauders, who come in 9th ranked in all of Class 4A and a perfect 3-0 record to their name with wins over Greenwood, Cathedral, and Noblesville. Now, all 3 of those contests were in the friendly confines for Mount Vernon. They now find themselves on the road for their first test of the season. And as I bring Wes into the fray, Wes, this is a Heritage Christian team that was on the IHSA success factor from their championship run 2 years ago and a trip to the semifinals last year. And on top of that, they find themselves in a roster reconstruction, losing a number of seniors a year ago. Still some depth from that team, but expectations are different this year. They're trying to get better as each game goes along, and they find themselves with the utmost test you could hope for to start the season, that being a top 10 opponent above you in another class in Mount Vernon.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what, Mount Vernon is a really good team this year. They returned pretty much an entire starting lineup. And on the other side of the court, you've got a Heritage team that graduated 9 seniors. Went to 3 state semifinals in a row, 1 state championship in there, and that success factor. You move up a class and you graduate 9 seniors. It really helped you with a lot of that success over a 3-year period. This is going to be a big test for the Eagles tonight. Mount Vernon is a really good team. Beat a really good Cathedral team in 5. That's a team that beat Brownsburg last night, who I thought was a really good team, and Cathedral handled them really well. And that Noblesville team, Noblesville has a couple good wins already this season, and Mount Vernon beat them in 3 straight. So this is a team that's going to win a lot of matches. Mount Vernon's a team that's kind of struggled. They've had Yorktown on their sectional for a while, and when you got Yorktown in your sectional, it's kind of hard to get out of it. But this is a team that's going to win a lot of matches this year. So this is a big test for Heritage, and some of these young players that are finally getting a chance to play, graduating these 9 seniors. So I'm anxious to see how they look tonight.
You've been around the Central Indiana volleyball community for a while, and you've seen runs the likes of which that Heritage Christian has been on over the years. You mentioned Mount Vernon trying to finally break through that ceiling. They've won a couple of sectional titles this decade, but they're trying to – last decade, I should say, but they're trying to finally break through and get to a state championship. They have the roster to do it, but it's easier said than done. It's never a paper season. You have to go through the trials and tribulations that come forward.
Exactly. Eric Beaumont, the coach of Mount Vernon, he's got his youngest of 3 daughters. He's coached all 3 of them coming up through there, and Jacqueline and Victoria are now gone. Victoria's playing at Valpo. Jacqueline was there, and now she's at Ball State playing. But Cece, the youngest one, is a senior now, and so she's going to lead this team in kills tonight. I can probably tell you that already. She's a great player. She's on her way to Southern Illinois University down in Carbondale. So this team's going to rely a lot on Cece. And you know what? If I had to guess right now at the beginning of the season, I like their chances of getting out of the sectional this year. This is a really good Mount Vernon team.
On the Heritage Christian side of things, they find themselves, we mentioned, up a class, 9 seniors departing last year. What are you looking at from this Eagles squad in this home opener?
I tell you what, they've got to have a couple kids step up. They've never had anyone on this court right now. They've never had anyone that had to say, okay, give me the ball, I'm ready. You've just had some role players. So those people that were role players the last few years have now got to step up and get ready to play. And I'm excited. They got a couple hitters, Macy Ward, Bella Winya, Amaya Lowry. They're all going to have to step up and really put some balls away. They're going to have to terminate tonight. So I'm anxious to see that.
In terms of the structure of this Heritage Christian roster, where have you seen the biggest changes in turnover? Obviously, you lose a number of different pieces, whether it was Phillips or Colvin from a year ago. Snyder departs as well. The Ledbetter sisters, a number of key pieces of those championship teams are gone, but that also leaves plenty of openings to improve and steal roles, so to speak.
Yeah, I tell you what, that setting position is the biggest unknown for Heritage this year. Lily Snyder leaves, was a 3-time first-team All-State selection as a sophomore, junior, and senior.
We'll step away. When we come back, we'll have lineups and opening set. It's Heritage Christian and Mount Vernon on IndianaSRN.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry?
Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc. within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is, and that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Wes Snyder. We wait PA announcer to go through starting lineups for both these teams. Like we mentioned, Heritage Christian 0-1 on the season. This is their home opener, looking to get to 500. Meanwhile, Mount Vernon, their first road contest of the season, 3-0 on the campaign and ranked 9th in Class 4A. Wes, before we went to break, I realize it's always an awkward transition. We were talking about the Heritage Christian gaps that are there with 9 seniors departing due to graduation. A lot of opportunities, a lot of roles up for grabs for this team as the season goes on.
Yeah, no question. And I think this is a team that's going to get better throughout the year, right? I mean, I think they're going to continually get better every match, every practice. But like I was saying earlier, Jimmy, you got to get some kids that learn how to step up from being a role player into being that person that says, "Give me the ball. I want to get this point." So that's going to be that transition's kind of a hard one to make sometime.
These are two different clubs than they were a year ago, but it should be noted that Heritage Christian, in what was the journey all the way to the semi-state last season, they had to start early on in the campaign against Mount Vernon on the road. They trailed 2-0 and rallied back to win 3 straight. Again, a different club, 9 seniors is so many, particularly in volleyball. You're going to have roles that change. You're going to have different aspects of strategy that change, but they've been against this team before, at least from a recent historical aspect, and were able to overcome adversity.
Well, like I said, Mount Vernon did not graduate a whole lot of players, and I guarantee you there's a lot of athletes on that Mount Vernon side that remember that game, and they're ready. They want some revenge tonight. So that's not going to bode well for the Eagles. They're going to have to really stay focused, trust their coach, trust their instincts, and go out there and make some plays, because Mount Vernon's not going to make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, 22-5 club a year ago were the Marauders. And when you have 5 losses on that calendar year, a couple of them, of course, are going to be maybe tournament losses. One of them will be your end-of-season loss, wherever that happens in the IHSA tournament. But when it's a regular season win and you're a group that was on that team that suffered that loss to Heritage Christian, you're going to be circling it. You're exactly right, Wes. It's probably one that's on the top of their mindset and probably utilized by the coaching staff throughout their prep for this game and the scouting reports they did on Heritage Christian.
Yeah, there's no question. That was a tough loss for Mount Vernon last year. Like you said, they were up 2-0 at home against the number 1 ranked team in 2A, and Heritage comes back, wins the last 3 sets to take the match. That stings a little bit. Heritage won that one going away in that 5th set. I think it was about 15-9 as I recall. But every set before that was just a couple points either way. It was just a close match all night long.
I want to get these from you as the game goes on, but keys to victory for both sides. First for the, underdogs in this one in terms of on paper and by a record, the Heritage Christian Eagles.
Yeah, I tell you what, Heritage they're really going to have to limit their amount of mistakes, right? I mean, they no service errors, no serve reception errors, no setting errors. Mount Vernon's going to make you earn your points because they're not going to make mistakes either. And I tell you what, if you're Mount Vernon, you're going to find Cece Beaumont as often as you can, early and often, and I don't care if she's in the front row or the back row, set her wherever you can.
It'll be the junior Macy Ward. She will have, actually going to adjust that for a second. Ward instead gives it to Savannah Scholl, the senior, so she will have opening service for Heritage Christian.
I tell you what, that's just a bad way to start for Heritage. The coach turned in the wrong lineup, it looks like, Jimmy. So this is something that she turned in the wrong lineup, so now they're already have no idea where they're at on the court. That's not a good way to start for Heritage already.
And not the beginning you wanted. Again, we mentioned a relatively, well, it's not as young of a team as you would expect, but it's new faces to the varsity lineup than a year ago. Overall speaking, they still have a number of upperclassmen.
Yeah, I tell you,
5-6 seniors.
Yeah, but I think there's only maybe three kids on this roster that have seen any varsity action before, and none of them significant minutes. I guess Amaya Lowry was a key part of that team last year. So one kid that really saw any type of significant minutes.
A first attack of the game belongs to Abby Herman. She lays it down on the spike. 1-0 Marauders.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's. Like I said, Heritage is really going to have to bring their A game. They kind of gave her an open net there. The block was kind of non-existent. They're going to have to not make mistakes like that.
McCloskey sets it over. G. Weiler sets up right side. That's Cecilia Bullman on the kill.
Bella Winya there, she's just got to swing at that ball, right? I mean, got a pretty good set there and tipped the ball over. You're not going to score against this team tipping the ball.
Here's the service again from the Marauders, received by the back line. McCloskey is set, that will land out. A little misdirection there, could not keep it in play. It'll be 3-0 Marauders.
Yeah, right idea by Katie McCloskey there. Just not quite got it in bounds, but that's the right idea.
Riley Eugen continues serving for Mount Vernon. That one's into the net. First point of the game for Heritage Christian. Again, these are best of 5 games in case this is your first volleyball broadcast of the season. Varsity's best of 5. 25 win by 2 for all games unless it's a final game. Then it's first to 15 win by 2.
Looks like Coach Thomas is going to run a 6-2 tonight against Mount Vernon, so Hannah Cook has come into set as McCloskey goes to the bench.
The sophomore serves it, received by the libero in G. Weiler. Shot received by Ward, and that'll fall in the Heritage Christian zone for another Marauders point.
Yeah, that's one of those things I was talking about there, Jimmy. They just let that ball drop. The Heritage just cannot make those mistakes against a really good team like this.
And we talked about that a lot last year as Cecilia Bullman serves it in, but they couldn't make those kind of mistakes last year, and that was when they had what one would consider an all-state team all around the net at that point in time.
Right.
Really all across the floor, to be honest with you. But we talked about limiting mistakes and limiting self-earned mistakes. It's different when maybe you're late to a ball or whatever the case may be, but shots like that are into the net, those were mistakes you couldn't have last year. You especially can't have it this year with so much lack of experience in the varsity lineup.
Yeah, no question.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after this. It's 6-2 Mount Vernon in Game 1 on IndianaSRN.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying
trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid earned that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on! What's wrong with you?
This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Jimmy Cook alongside Wes Snyder. Game number 1, best of 5 here at Heritage Christian between the Mount Vernon Marauders and the Heritage Christian Eagles. And responding to service there by the Marauders, and a shot by Kendall Hickey, one of the, mentioned in the pregame show, lone faces that got significant varsity minutes a year ago.
Yeah, right before we went to timeout, she made a great dig, great serve reception. Kendall's a great player, been around a long time, played a lot as a freshman and as a sophomore. It's good to see her out there playing good tonight.
That shot is long by Ward. It'll make it 7-3 here in game 1.
Again, one of those things, a hitting error, you just can't have that against these guys. That's gonna sneak up to you, and this set will get out of hand if they keep on having too many errors.
Well, it's one of those key stats that coaching staffs continue to monitor game by game as the season goes on, because that's one of the easiest areas on film to try to get better, are with those unforced errors, as there's one there by the Eagles.
Yeah, it was a great pass out of serve reception by Carly Minatel. Good set by Hannah Cook, and just a hitting error there by Valentine.
Ava Valentine commits the error. A nice aggressive kill
what
there.
What a great swing by Bella Winya there. That's what I said. You got to swing at the ball. That's what she should have done with the last set she had. That was a great swing by Winya. Got a good set. Really put that ball down with authority. Great swing.
As Winya rotates out, a reminder, she again was one of the main faces on this team that had significant minutes a year ago. As things were worked out, an attempt to answer there. There'll be a point to the Marauders.
Yeah, they're going to call Ava Valentine in the net for Heritage.
That'll make it 8-4. Advantage Mount Vernon. Delaney Bowser, the senior, serves it up. Received on the back line. A work outside with it. Valentine tried to find the back corner, and she did.
I tell you what, that was a great serve reception there by Macy Ward. Gave the setter a good, just a good reception pass to put the ball up, and Ava Valentine found the back corner there.
So now serving duties belong to Heritage Christian. It'll be Katie McCloskey, a senior, putting it in play. Received that by the libero. Now Vernon goes outside. It'll be with 2 hits against Heritage Christian.
Just a good swing by Mount Vernon there. Good swing. Heritage needs to get up on that block, get a hand on that ball.
Makes it 10-5, advantage 5. Serving is Abby Herman. Outside attack and just could not get underneath it. As Macy Ward would have been a tough play, and she'd been able to.
Yeah, that set was really tight to the net. That's one you can get an ankle tore up or something on that one. Ward did the right thing there.
Herman. Her serve, trying to get an ace out of it. It won't be, though. Good effort there by Scholl. Play in front of the net, sent back. Outside, high kill by Beaumont.
Yeah, I tell you what, when they get CC Beaumont the ball, a lot of good things are going to happen for them. Ward had a great, for Heritage, had a great block on the outside. They picked it up and went back out to Beaumont and got the kill, got the point.
Anytime you have that size and verticality, particularly attacking in front of the net, utilize it early and often.
Yes.
There's an ace for the Marauders. Makes it 13-5.
Yeah, so far, Heritage has been a little shaky on serve reception, and it's not so much on them as Mount Vernon has just been serving the ball really hard. When Mount Vernon beat Noblesville the other night, Noblesville's a really good team with some really good middles, and Mount Vernon did a great job of serving them tough, keeping them out of system, didn't let them get their middles involved, and that's how they ended up winning in 3 straight.
Well, we mentioned this is as deep a team as any in 4A, and they have hungry aspirations not just for a 3rd sectional title in program history, but also maybe even a state title. Nice finesse shot there. It's pancaked, though.
Great pickup by Kendall Hickey. Great.
Unable to capitalize on it. Doesn't discount, though, the play by Hickey to try to keep that alive.
Yeah, what a great play by Kendall Hickey.
Makes it 15-5, a 10-point lead for Mount Vernon. Timeout. We'll be back after this. It's Game 1 on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
(15-5) advantage Mount Vernon here at Heritage Christian. Jimmy Cook and Wes Snyder coming to you live on the balcony here at Heritage Christian. It's a 10-point advantage for Mount Vernon here in game number 1, best of 5. A rematch between these 2 schools a year ago at Mount Vernon that saw the Marauders take 2 straight before losing 3 consecutive to Heritage Christian. Those we've noted a couple times in the broadcast. It's a completely different team than it was a year ago, at least for Heritage Christian. 9 seniors depart due to graduation. It's a nice point there for the Marauders, makes it 16-5.
Yeah, I tell you what, Heritage is just struggling a little bit in serve receive. There's another tight set.
Finesse shot goes wide there for Powell's.
Yeah, that was just another set that's just a little bit too close to the net, and they can't get a good swing on it.
So it'll continue what's been a nice stretch of serving for Abby Herman. On a one-handed jump serve by Hickey.
Herman's just a really good player. Plays all around here. She's a libero on her club team, and just a really good all-around player.
Delaney Bowser with the kill. Makes it 18-5. Lead is 13. When you go into the mind of Coach Thomas of Heritage Christian, West, and we'll look at this as the game unfolds, that serve is airmailed. That'll end that streak of serves for Abby Herman. And instead, we'll go over to Heritage Christian. It'll be Olivia Endress serving it up. When you look at Coach Thomas, where she's at with this club, she's seen pretty much everything you can in the sport. Winning that 2019 state championship, because that one's in the net as well, so they'll trade net shots, and it'll head back to Mount Vernon. But this is a club that is very young in terms of varsity experience, albeit they are mainly comprised of upperclassmen. But 0-1 on the season, not a lot of film on tape just yet. What a little ways that she's able to kind of pick things through as the season goes on and as this individual game goes on, to know what buttons to press with this young team.
Yeah, I tell you what, the nice thing, they play a real similar schedule to what they've played in years past. So they're going to see a lot of the same teams they've seen, and like I was saying in the pregame, I really think that this is going to be a team that gets better throughout the year. They're still trying to kind of gel and get together. Great point there by Maya Lowry. Made a great shot in the back corner to score for the Eagles. But this team, they're still, a lot of these kids haven't played together before. You had some kids on varsity last year, some kids on JV. So they're still learning to play together.
There's an attack outside, cross court, that is struck beautifully by Cecilia Bullman. That'll be another point for the Marauders. If you were Coach Thomas, how much would you lean on the few players on here like Lowry, like Hickey, to name a few, that have had, like Winya, that have had varsity experience in some of those intense runs, most recently with the semifinal last year?
Yeah, I tell you what, you've got to rely on those kids. You've got to rely on those kids that have been there before. And not only that, then you've got to have some more kids step up and start filling some of those voids, some of the players that have left. This is they're 21-7. This is just kind of a buzzsaw they've ran into at Mount Vernon. But this is one of the very best teams they're going to play all year. This is a really good Mount Vernon team, ranked 9th, but probably in the top 5 of all the teams in the state.
Just long on that one was Beaumont, an otherwise perfect first game for her.
Yeah, I tell you what, just like we said, find Cece a lot, get her the ball a lot, and she just made that cross-court shot a minute ago. She knows how to score. Some kids just want to swing as hard as they can all the time. Beaumont's volleyball IQ is just off the charts. She knows how to score.
It's more than just power in this game. It's about knowing where to place the ball situationally in the blink of an eye if you need to get it an extra step or half a second on your opponent, particularly if you're getting a block up in the net like she likes to use that verticality and that power. And we've seen her tonight already mix the finesse in there as well.
Exactly.
Outside Lowry, partially blocked. We'll CC again. Just a paw on that. Quick reflexes by Valentine. Try to do it again. That time was Cook. No such luck. 22-8, 3 points away from game 1 are the Marauders.
I tell you what, Hannah Cook, the sophomore setter here, really having a nice first set. Hustling out there, making some plays. Made a really nice set there to Lowry on the outside. Just playing a really solid game.
An ace for Beaumont. And those are the type of nuggets and positive notes that you want to see if you're Coach Thomas trying to help each of these players grow as the season goes on and kind of have that sink or swim in-game mentality for these players that don't have the varsity moments. But once you're back looking at film, you want to be able to grow and get better as things move on.
No question.
Lowry powers through for the kill.
Tell you what, great set there by Cook. Great swing by Lowry. Nice job there by the Eagles.
And there were many times a year ago, again, this is Coach Thomas pushing all the right buttons, but she would use Lowry at lulls or as a spark plug at times to have plays exactly like that in front of the net, or games only continued to grow in a year's time in the offseason.
And you know what? Lowry was on the right side last year. She's switching to the outside, so even she's one of those kids that did have a lot of varsity time. She's playing a new position this year. So it's even the kids that are coming back, they're in new positions. It's just a transition time for the Eagles right now.
It'll be the sophomore Sophia Dramer. Game point here for the Marauders. It's received. Play in front of the net is into the net, and the Marauders take game number 1, 25-9. We're going to step away. We come back. One of our mainstays here on IndianaSRN, the coach Keith Myers, will be here with Wes to break down all things game number 1 and all things IndianaSRN. Stay with us. Marauders lead 1-0 on IndianaSRN.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian. Keith Myers with you. With me is Wes Snyder. Game number 1 looked like the veteran ball club that Mount Vernon is. They're ranked. They're 9th in 4A, coming off of a big win. Heritage Christian struggled on Tuesday against Franklin Central. Young ball club, a lot of errors. I counted about 14, 15 errors. They don't need those things.
No, I tell you what, if you're playing one of the – they might be ranked 9th, but they're one of the top 5 teams in 4A, right?
Yeah.
When you're playing a team like that, you can't have 14 or 15 errors, Coach.
Right.
You're just giving up points because I promise you they're not going to make errors. They're going to make you earn your points, and that's what Eric Beaumont's a great coach. He's been there a long time. It's a well-coached team. they're just not going to make mistakes.
You know, and you look at Heritage Christian, because of their youth, a lot of these kids have not played 5 sets, so they don't even know the varsity format. So here all of a sudden it's game number 2. You're down 1 game, nothing. Now you got to work hard to come even. If you go down 2-0, we know it doesn't look too good when you're 2-0.
No.
There are teams, but young teams. So if you're a Horizon fan, young team, good coaching staff, they'll be all right. Just be patient with them.
I tell you what, I talked to Coach Thomas before the game, and she told me that only 3 kids on that roster have ever played in a 5-set match before in their life. And
wow.
that's how young that team is, right?
And you and I know after you get to game 3, you're tired.
Right.
You got 2 more possibly to play. Yeah, so you got to be ready.
I'm tired watching after 3. I can't imagine.
Well, I understand. But you know, you being in good shape and the great volleyball coach you were, it was no problem. You know, I got at least 2 wins in my volleyball career.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, well, it was short.
What were they, forfeits or what?
Yeah, that's good. Jimmy Cook is next. Wes is going to join Jimmy.
Jimmy getting ready to start set 2 here. 25-9. Heritage, what if you're Coach Thomas, what are you telling the team there?
Well, given what we've seen so far and given the dominant factor of Mount Vernon, this is why I'm not a good coach in game, but big picture, I'd be fine. That would be that you can't be afraid to make these type of errors in the second game of the season. They're never good. You don't like to see them live, but that's the only way you learn when you're a young team without varsity experience. Maybe I'm not sharing that in the huddle, but big picture in my mind, if I'm Coach Thomas, I want them to play freely enough out there in this game, regardless of, like you mentioned, if this is a buzzsaw for Mount Vernon, that's how it's going to be the next 2 games. I want them to play out there freely, knowing that whatever is on tape, so they have varsity tape actually on hand, they're able to improve and grow on that in the season. But additionally, I mean, that would be your first message in huddle, in game, is cut the errors down. I think they had 14. Our statistician, Debbie Myers, had that 14 errors for Heritage Christian in game 1 to 5 for Mount Vernon. The errors are the first thing that have to go.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. I tell you what, Mount Vernon here, it looks like we're changed up. Abby Herman's going to come in as libero, so switching up his Eric switching up his liberos a little bit. Hopefully we get a little bit closer set here. Set number 2. Heritage cuts down on those errors.
10 kills for Mount Vernon in that first game. And it took care of that 25-9. Then there's a kill for them to open this one as they draw first blood.
Beaumont there with another kill. I was racking my brain, Jimmy, a little bit. I think in that game, that 5-set match last year that Heritage won in 5 sets, I think Beaumont had either 39 or 42 kills or something like that. She had a ton.
That one took a ricochet off the basketball support system and off the wall. It'll be an ace for Mount Vernon, makes it 2-0.
You know, just what we were talking about. The first two points of this set are 2 serve reception errors by Heritage. They just got to try to limit that the best they can.
Well, that first touch is critical to any counterattack that you want to put together off of service. And you're kind of, like you said, whether you're shooting yourself in the foot or whether it's just an unforced error, whatever terminology you want to use, whether the power-through shot by Elise Powles, that'll make it 2-1. But regardless of what terminology you want to use, if you are putting yourself in that situation from jump and not giving yourself an opportunity to put together any type of counter, your boat's sunk before you even got out to the water.
Yeah, no question. Great dig there by the setter, Katie McCloskey.
Cross-court shot is well placed by Powles, and we're tied at 2.
I tell you what, that's 2 kills in a row for Elise Powles. She played great against Franklin Central. Here's a kid that hasn't had much varsity experience. She came in, she played a really good 5-set match against Franklin Central. She didn't play in that first set, comes in here, gets a couple really big kills here to start the second set, tie this set up at 2.
Beaumont, that's received by Hickey. They work outside, and that'll be another point for the Eagles. They have their first lead of the ball game.
And you know, anything they can do to build some confidence right now, right? They've had 3 really good swings in a row. You know, you start doing that, your errors are going to go down. Just build up the confidence. Hickey had a great serve reception and started off this little run here.
Got some contact with the net, it looked like.
And it looks like they're going to call Bella Winia in the net.
So it'll be a point for the Marauders. It'll tie us at 3.
CC Beaumont serving.
Lowry, standing shot over the net. Just a little bit of miscommunication there. Drummer unable to get underneath it. 4-3 Eagles.
Macy Ward had a nice serve reception there. Gave McCloskey a nice ball to set, and Lowry got a decent swing on it.
Hannah Cook, the sophomore, rotating in to serve. One-handed jump serve.
That was a powerful serve right there. That was a really good serve by Cook.
Found an opening there, did Eugen. Another point there for the Marauders.
I tell you what, this Mount Vernon team just has so many weapons.
Squares at 4, and they had weapons a year ago, and most of them were able to return. We saw that in this first matchup to come close to open the season in those first 2 games. That shot's met at the net. The block goes out of bounds. Be a point for Heritage Christian.
Nice swing there by Winnie out of the middle. Got a good set, put a nice, solid, tough swing on it, and got the point.
Carly Minitel, overhand serve into the net, ties at 5. Again, it's tough to be overly critical of these younger players like the sophomores on this team when the unforced errors happen, but those again are whether it's plays in front of the net, plays on your return of a serve, or plays on the actual serve itself. You got to get it over to at least give your team a chance.
Yeah, no question. Minitel, she was a really big factor last year in that game at Mount Vernon. If you remember right, Jimmy, the Ledbetter twins were not there that night, so we had no the Eagles were missing 2 of their top DSs, so Minitel had her only minutes of the whole season on the varsity team in that 5-set match against Mount Vernon and played a whole bunch of minutes there.
So that's invaluable experience, for a freshman at that point. And you're right, Wes, a key cog in that rally for Heritage Christian. Trying to have a similar rally tonight here in Game 2 as they've tied it up at 6 with a nice play in front of the net by Bella Winya.
I was wondering if they were going to call Winnie in the net on that one. She was awful close. If she wasn't in it, she was awful close to it. But she got a good point on that and earns the right to go back and serve.
Winya's long serve. And play in front of the net, or is it 2 hits?
Two hits.
2 hits instead.
2 hits on the setter there.
So the Marauders
double contact.
Commit the violation. 7-6 Eagles. Much closer contest to this stage than in game number 1. Credit the Heritage Christian Eagles for the adjustments.
You know what? I think that just like we said a little bit earlier, just getting a little bit of confidence in and saying, you know what? Yeah, we can play with these guys. This is a good team, but we can compete with them.
Squared away at 7. Also, that pride factor is always going to come in as well. This is your home opener. Regardless of the amount of varsity minutes that you have fans in the stands here at Heritage Christian, and you're up against the top 10 opponent. You're not trying to get disheveled after just one game. That one hits top of the ceiling and able to recover are the Eagles. Cece, an aggressive shot. It'll be dug in. It'll hit over the net, and then Bullman puts it away once again for good measure.
Yeah, that was a lot of times nothing good happens with an overpass like that usually, especially against a veteran like Beaumont. She knows what to do with it.
Beaumont has been a force to be reckoned with so far tonight. There's a serve into the net. Errors like that we just did not see out of Mount Vernon in game number 1. We're still square now at 8.
Yeah, no question. They definitely have not made a whole lot of mistakes so far in this first set and a third. McCloskey back in to serve, for the Eagles.
It's received by the Marauders. That was a nice kill for Mount Vernon. Take the lead back 9-8.
The Eagles were just a little bit late getting up for the block there, and I tell you what, if you don't get a hand on that, you're really asking your back row to do a whole lot of work with as hard as this Mount Vernon team hits the ball.
Take a big-time play to recover, no doubt.
It's a great swing by Macy Ward there on the right side. Good set by McCloskey. Excellent swing by Ward to get the point there for the Eagles.
Ward brings us back even, this time at 9. A race to 25, win by 2 to take game 2. G. Weiler was there. Float shot by Bullman. One hit to get it over, and they just do. Great kill there. Beautiful set, and Schultz puts it away. 10-9 Eagles.
Man, what a swing there by Schultz out of the middle. That's just a great, really good set by McCloskey, too. Great timing there at the middle with Schultz. Put that ball down. This is a different Eagles team than what we saw in set 1.
Complete 180. Ward serves it to the back row. They'll go to Bullman, and that well has been fruitful all night long.
I tell you what, we talked about it earlier. She just knows how to make shots. She didn't try to pound that one. She just put it where no one else was. Just a smart player.
Well, to borrow a name that's relatively well known around the Heritage Christian circles, but she makes the kind of plays that Raven Colvin so often made a year ago. The IQ, like you mentioned, Wes, off the charts, and knows almost a step or two ahead of her opponent where she's going to place that ball.
I tell you what, speaking of Colvin, great swing there by Lowry on the outside. Speaking of Raven Colvin, she's up playing at Purdue now, and they did a lot of their conditioning work and everything this past week. She touched 10-9, which was the high. Here comes this true freshman coming in. She wasn't. it wasn't even her 18th birthday yet, and she touched 10-9.
Wow.
Led the whole team. I'm pretty sure she's going to get some playing time up there this year.
I wish all the best to Raven. It certainly was fun to see her. That play bounced off the head.
Right up the head of Winya.
Hickey, none the wiser playing through, but it'll be a point to Mount Vernon after all that. Nice little highlight play, though, there for the Eagles.
I think they called Winya in the net on that one, but yeah, it bounced off her head, and then Kendall Hickey sent it over.
But like you mentioned with Raven Colvin, it was a joy to call her games and see her develop at Heritage Christian. We wish her all the best up at Purdue. Sounds like she's already making quick strides, no surprise there. Lowry, float shot, received by the Marauders. Blocked. I'll go to Lowry again, and this time she airmailed it. 12-11, advantage Mount Vernon.
Great pickup by Kendall Hickey there, covering the block. A lot of time you just don't talk a lot about some of the really good plays from the DSs and stuff, but just what a play by Kendall Hickey there to pick that up off the block.
Bullman was corner seeking on that shot, but could not keep it inside. So it'll bring us to a 12-12 tie.
Hannah Cook comes back in to serve and to set. That last serve she was a rocket. Let's see if she brings the power again.
Sophomore receives directions from Coach Thomas. And airmailed it just a tad too much on that one.
Yeah, both teams struggling with their serving this set. I don't know, Debbie could tell us, but I think it's about 4 or 5 service errors between the two teams.
Something we'll definitely have to check on in between games. Tough play there by Lowry. They go outside. Valentine. A cross-court shot from Fitzgerald. Now Lowry.
Oh, what a
great dig.
Great dig, great swing, and great dig.
And Fitzgerald with the finesse. 14-12. Largest separation since the early stages of this second game for the Marauders.
I'll tell you what, Lowry just pounded that ball, and Bullman in the back row made a great dig.
Mount Vernon getting their pieces in order. It'll be Ava Whitmore, the freshman, getting serving duties. Setting up Lowry. Could not get under it properly. It's in the net, 15-12. Now this stage where you're at, Wes, your Heritage wanting to play the role of upset. This is your game to steal. Can't let this get any further than it is, this 3-point margin.
Yeah, it was 12-12 just a few points ago. You're down 3. You've given up 3 in a row. That's what you needed.
Timely shot by Bella Winya. Keeps the Eagles within striking distance. Trims the deficit to 2.
Winya with the great swing on the outside. She was calling for a touch. I don't think she realized the ball was still in. It was going to be the Eagles' point either way.
the mentality you want to have, though.
Oh, yeah.
That of somebody that has the experience when you has something they're searching for all over this Eagles roster. Finesse shot, well placed by Mount Vernon.
Yeah, that was just a great shot. Great serve receive pass by Abby Herman there. Just a really good pass.
Delaney Bowser serving it up. Largest lead of this game for the Marauders. That was a tough shot. When you tried to set it with two hands, it was blocked. And it was blocked so quickly the Eagles weren't able to get a second counter on it. So the lead is now 4. Now you're in danger territory. Mount Vernon 8 points out. We're taking a 2-0 lead in this best of 5. Only had one play there with one hit left at Valentine. Punched it up and could not get it over the net. It would have been a tough play either way.
I think you just got a little bit of that inexperience now showing for the Eagles. They, like I said, it was in 12-12, and just, when it comes when you really need some points.
Ward.
Great swing by Macy Ward on the outside.
Nice kill for her.
Great swing she made a great pass at a serve receive on the last point. Really good swing in the front row here. Macy's having a really good set.
She'll now serve it up. You're exactly right, Wes. I mean, at these critical junctures, it's hard with inexperience to expect the type of perfection needed to close out Mount Vernon. It's tough to expect from this group of girls 2 games in.
Yeah,
that's not to say that it can't be there as the season goes on.
Exactly.
But when you're trying to replace all that varsity leadership from a year ago, the expectations are to get better with each set, with each service, with each game. And they're doing a strong job at still to try to overcome that, as it's only a 4-point deficit, but that service error.
Yeah, service error by Winya there. You down 3 points. You're trying to score, but you really need to get that ball in.
Received on the back line. Lowry. Herman's there. Now Beaumont. Ward. One hit to get it over for the Marauders. And that will be long. Good look by Schultz. Could not keep it in.
Another nice set there by Hannah Cook. I'm really impressed with her timing here with the middle. She's really played a good match so far.
Libby G. Wheeler. Minatel's there. They work outside to Ward. Ricochet off the net. And it's down for a kill.
It wasn't the best set there from Hickey, but Macy Ward slowed her down just enough to get that ball in. Really good adjustment there by Macy Ward to get the point.
McCloskey serves it in play. And a beautiful misdirection shot. Caught the Eagles napping there. Did Riley Eugen. 4 points away are the Marauders.
And that's just your senior setter right there making a smart play.
Timeout taken. We'll take one as well. The lead is 5, 4 points away from a 2-0 lead. Are the Marauders on IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Service by Mount Vernon. They lead 21-6. Here in game 2, they lead 1-0 in this best of 5 as an unforced error there by the Marauders.
Excellent serve reception there by Ward.
Makes it a 4-point game.
Yeah, she's having a really good second set here.
Macy Ward serves it in play and airmailed it.
And that's what I get for saying she's having a really good set.
It's broadcaster's jinx. It's undefeated. Undefeated, Wes. It's tough. It's all right.
I tell you what, though, if you're Coach Thomas, you're an Eagle fan, you got to be happy with how the way they've come back here in this second set to be competitive after a fairly uncompetitive set 1.
Eugen has her serve received by Lowry. They'll go back to Lowry. And tough play for the Marauders. Makes it 22-18.
Kendall Hickey back to serve.
Play in front of the net. That's a nice shot. Well struck there.
I tell you
by Mount Vernon's own Meredith Honbaum.
I tell you what, this Mount Vernon team, when they're in system, they are really, really good. They're good out of system, but in system, they're really good.
Beaumont into the net with the serve. We'll have to wait for game point. It's still 23-19. Last stand for the Eagles here in game 2 anyway, as the gap is 4.
Beaumont's missed her last 2 serves, which is unusual. Doesn't make a lot of errors there, and missed her last 2.
All the more reason if you're the Eagles to try to scoop up a game here. There have been opportunities. Cook to Beaumont. There's CC, and she gets the kill out of it. So now it'll be game point at 24-19. The margin for error is gone for Heritage Christian here in game 2. Had to play mistake-free the rest of the way if they want to try to force extended play.
It's a great swing from Beaumont out at the back row. She swings just as good as the back as she does the front. Just a great all-around player.
Winya gets it down. Beautiful strike. Gap is 4. And so now you control your own destiny if you're Heritage Christian in the service department anyway. You'll be serving the rest of the way.
Great swing from Bella Winya there on the outside. Really just put that ball down. Great swing.
Lowry throws it to the back line. Play in front of the net. Hickey, nice initial touch. They go to Cook.
Oh, what a dig by Herman.
Diving play on that dig. Fitzgerald puts it down. Lowry did her best to get a play on it. Could not. 25-20 game at number 2. It's a 2-0 lead in this best of 5. Mount Vernon looks to close it out in game 3. After this, Heritage Christian looking to keep up a fight. The coach will be back in the booth with Wes on IndianaSRN.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian. 2-0 Mount Vernon, but Troy, Wes, it just seemed like Heritage Christian maybe got in a little bit of a different rhythm that time. Close ball game, 25-20 lost, but the rhythm was a little bit better than game 1.
No question. You know, Jimmy and I were talking about it looked like Heritage just had some more confidence. You know, you can string some points together, get your confidence up, and you know, you just play with a little more pep in your step. And I think they did that. You know, that game was tied at 12. Mount Vernon goes on a little run, goes up 15-12, 16-13, and then Heritage could never really close that gap, loses 25-21. But Heritage just played with a little more confidence. If you're Coach Thomas, I think you've got to be pretty happy with the way that set turned out after losing the first one 25-9.
But experience, Mount Vernon, you go on the other side of that with the experience, no panic there, and say, okay, we're down a little bit, we're catching up. That timeout, I think, is, let's move it up. And you saw that urgency a little bit about Mount Vernon because they do not want to come in here and lose a set. They want to stay a little perfect through the year.
Yeah, no question. And Mount Vernon, just like you said, this experience, when they needed to kill, they found CeCe Beaumont, and she got to kill for them, right? So whether she's in the front row or the back row, just played it. She's having an outstanding match. And when they needed to kill, they set her in the back row. They got their point, and they moved on.
IndianaSRN has high school football. 3 games for you on Friday night, 1 game for you on Saturday. We have the Traders Point Heritage Christian game on Friday at Traders Point. Could be a very interesting contest. Mount Vernon and Noblesville is at Mount Vernon. And then the radio game is Covenant Christian Speedway. Should be a fun game. Those are rivals. When you're only 2 minutes down the road from each other, those are kind of neat. And then Saturday is the Frontier game against Whiting. Should be a great night of high school football. And the weather hopefully will cooperate. We had a little delay tonight in soccer, 2 45-minute delays. That's a long time sticking around.
Are they out there playing now?
I don't know. I'm afraid to look. What's the key here in game number 3 for if you're a Heritage Christian? You got to get this one or it's over.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Heritage, you want to just grow on some of that confidence you had in set 2. If you're coach, you're saying, "Hey, we can play with these guys. We can win this. We can win the next 3 sets. Let's go." So kind of keep that confidence up. And if you're Mount Vernon on the flip side, you're going to find your hitters. They've been really good in system, and when they get the ball in system, they do really good things.
Thanks, Wes. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
This should be a habit.
Oh, you know what? I kind of like this.
I kind of like this because I'm getting full-time pay and I get to coach with you. That's pretty cool. Back with Jimmy in just a second.
The only problem with all that is that Coach is right. He gets the full-time pay, but it's less work for him. I mean, what the heck? We're over here doing the heavy lifting, Wes.
What? Yeah. You know what? It's good to be coach.
It is.
It's good to be coach.
Opening service belongs to Heritage Christian in progress as we speak, and first blood belongs to Mount Vernon. They lead it 2 games to none. Took game number 1, 25-9. A dominant performance by the Marauders there. However, a bounce-back performance, even though it ended in a loss by Heritage Christian. It's a 25-20 margin in game 2. What positives did you see in terms of growth from game to game from Heritage Christian there, Wes?
They really cut down on their errors. They still had a handful of service errors, but they really cut down on their hitting errors. They found the court for the most part, and this was able to compete with Mount Vernon in that second set.
2-0 to open things. Mount Vernon in control. Almost a net ace there. Lowry's cross shot. Dug in well by G. Weiler. Be a point to Heritage Christian. They'll call 2 hits against the Marauders.
Yeah, you're going to get a double contact on that on the setter for Mount Vernon.
Now Kendall Hickey, the junior, serves it up. We mentioned one of the mainstays from a year ago, at least in terms of varsity minutes.
Oh, what a great play. What a great play.
That was Abby Herman that kept it alive, but Heritage Christian able to get the point, I believe. Yep, the officials will confer.
Yep.
That'll be a point for HC.
I tell you what a great play by Katie McCloskey there to earn the point for the Eagles. But what great officiating. You had the line judge call it out. The down official was right in front of him. He looked up at the up ref and said, "No, that one's in, it's on me."
Beautiful block there by Heritage Christian and a great response. They're up 3-2 now, a 3-0 run by the Eagles.
I tell you what, blocking can be contagious sometimes too, Jimmy. You get your hand on a couple balls and all of a sudden everyone starts wanting to get their hand on it.
Yep, and few things in this sport will spark momentum the way nice blocks at the net do.
No question.
There's a play outside. It's going to be a tough play for Hickey. Got her hand on it. It'll be down for a kill. We mentioned how important that initial touch is off of any strike, whether it's the initial service or whether it's trying to get in for a dig on a kill attempt by the other team. That time that Initial touch, just a ricochet, would have been a very tough play for Hickey.
Yeah, no question.
Well placed shot by Bellawinya.
Great shot by Bellawinya. Just having a really good game.
Rotation goes through for Heritage Christian. Serving will be Hannah Cook, the sophomore. Talked about a lot of power on her serves.
She's been serving the ball really good tonight.
And Cook tried to find that line.
I just about did the jinx again.
It looked like it is down, just found the corner. Going to say the far flag had it pointed in. It looked like it just found that corner spot. So no jinx for you there, Wes.
I'll keep my mouth shut from here on out.
I mean, you're well known around here. Me, I kind of blend in a bit. But.
Oh, great set. Great
Beautiful
set by
shot.
Riley. I mean, just a good set. That's your senior setter getting you a point when you need it.
So it'll be a 1-point advantage now for Heritage Christian at 5-4. And Sophia Drahmer, the sophomore, serves it in play into the net. 6-4 Eagles. Their largest lead.
Tell you what, if you're Coach Beaumont, you're just pulling your hair out on that one.
Those are the unforced errors that, again, we talked about the Heritage Christian Championship and semifinal teams. You want to limit them as much as possible, and those are what can be your downfall. Trying to make a play there was Valentine.
Yeah, that was an overpass. Valentine tried to kill it and hit it into the tape there.
So brings Mount Vernon back within 1, and it gives serving duties to Delaney Bowser.
Nice swing by Macy Ward on the outside to earn that point. And like we've said, it started with a great serve receive pass from Carly Minatel. Gave Hannah Cook a nice ball to set out there to Macy Ward. And got the point.
7-5 Eagles with serving. There's Winya and it's airmailed. 7-6. Again, we talked about it. It's bringing the upset, particularly in a game like this. And this is the same territory they were at a year ago. Again, we talked about it. It's a completely different Heritage Christian team. The lockdown play they had on all areas of the court is gone. They're looking to redevelop that. But this is the situation they were in, down 2 games to none. They rallied back to win that game 3-2. Right now, Mount Vernon, as they've tied it back up at 7, are trying to put that to bed early and survive this initial attack by the Eagles.
Yeah, if you're Coach Beaumont, you don't want to give up an inch right here. You don't want to play 4 sets. You sure don't want to play 5, but you don't want to play 4. You're like, we're gonna finish it right now.
Not doing themselves any favors, though. That's the third unofficially service error they've had here in game number 3. McCloskey serves.
Oh, great dig by Kendall Hickey.
Outside to Ward. Good find there by G. Weiler. That'll go down for a kill. Good effort by McCloskey.
Just another smart play from your senior setter there. Just smart, putting the ball where no one else is. You don't have to hit it hard to score. Just a smart play.
Her service is received on the back row. Good attack, but a nice dig by G. Wheeler. There's Bullman. One hit to get it over. The Eagles do just that. They'll go cross court this time. Good redirect. Pancake attempt, no for Herman. She got underneath it, but it didn't get the type of kick up into the air that you'd like. Lead is the Eagles by 1.
Yeah, just a smart play from McCloskey. It's a senior setter. Hasn't got a lot of minutes, but just a smart play there. Saw a hole in the defense and took advantage of it.
Eugen serves to the back line. Finesse shot is well read. One to get it over, and it takes a weird kick off the net. The Marauders weren't ready for it. 2-point lead, Eagles.
I think Coach Beaumont here says, I want a timeout. I've seen enough.
He wants to rethink things as the Eagles, trailing 2-0, find themselves with a 2-point lead in Game 3. Back after this on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Jimmy Cook alongside Wes Snyder here on the campus of Heritage Christian High School, home of the Eagles. They have service leading 10-8 here in game number 3 in this best of 5. Their home opener, they trail 2-0 against the Mount Vernon Marauders.
Another nice serve there by Macy Ward.
That dig worked out for the Eagles. They'll go to Beaumont again, and that time she puts it away. Now they're going to say it was long. That's tough play. Looked like from our vantage point it might have gotten a piece of the line, but the back judge, albeit a little bit of a hesitation, said it's out.
I tell you what, I thought maybe it was touched up at the net.
There's a 3-point lead for the Eagles. Beaumont, finesse shot. Hickey gets it over. They'll go to Beaumont again. They've done a great job controlling her in this third game as much as you can. Lowry floats it, and it's down. Largest lead in any game for Heritage Christian tonight. It's at 4.
I tell you what, it's exciting for the Eagles. You can just see the excitement. They're like, hey, we can compete with these guys. We can compete with these guys. You've seen the growth in this team just in the 3 sets tonight.
And even if you take just a game, or even if you falter here and you don't take this game, it's the type of growth that you want to see against a top-tier opponent like Mount Vernon. Beaumont this time, it's in. I believe. Looked like the initial call was in, and now they're going to reconfer and say out. Far side line judge called in, and after the officials confer, they'll call that out. 13-8. So now the lead is ballooned to 5. Time to look at the resolve of this 9th-ranked Mount Vernon squad. And there's an airmail, an unforced error. You can't have that for Heritage Christian.
No, it's a nice run, nice service run there by Macy Ward, though. Right on off, whatever that was, 3, 4, 5 points in a row. Good run from her.
So at 13-9, service belongs to the Marauders. It'll be Riley Eugen with service honors. Set outside, and that's just a bad first touch by G. Weiler.
I tell you what, we said earlier how good Elise Pounce was playing. What another great swing from her on the right side. I tell you what, if you're Mount Vernon, you're down 5. Like I said, you don't want to play 4 sets. This is when that senior leadership, that experience really needs to come alive for them. We'll see if they can kind of get their stuff together and make a little run here.
They go outside. That shot is long. Meredith Honbaum had too much mustard behind it, and the lead is now 6.
I tell you what, a lot of hitting errors by Mount Vernon here this set. Unusual. We didn't see that in the first couple sets, but they've had they've given a lot of points away.
And a pretty young roster out there right now for Mount Vernon.
Yeah,
number of sophomores and even a freshman out there right now.
Yep.
16-9. The lead is 7. 9 points away from stealing a game for the Eagles.
So if you're Coach Beaumont, are you going to leave your young kids out there and let them get some experience? Or are you going to try to win this set?
It's only the second game of the season, second game of the season for Heritage Christian, 4th game of the season for the Marauders. As a little bit of riding the ship there as CC Beaumont puts that one away. I think you slowly reinsert your big guns, but give a little bit of experience as it stands.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Jimmy. I think that's probably what Coach Beaumont's going to do.
CC Beaumont serves it up. Lead is 6. That's blocked, and it goes out. 17-10. What a performance here in Game 3 by the Eagles of Heritage Christian.
Great swing by Belawenya there. And again, we've been talking about that timing, even just the timing, the better timing between the setters and the middles from set 1 to set 3 for Heritage Christian has been fantastic.
Cook. Receive on the back line. That's well touched by Caitlin Cook, and that shot in the net from Winya makes it 17-11. Serving back to Mount Vernon.
Yeah, Winya just took a little bit quick approach on that and didn't get quite the full contact she wanted to.
Hickey digs in. Winya, nice float shot. They'll go outside to Fitzgerald. And they're going to say that over the line was Valentine. Underneath the net she was. It'll be 17-12. Now the lead's cut to 5. Back within striking distance are the Marauders.
Yeah, Coach Thomas is still trying to figure out what happened there. Nice serve receive pass from Hickey.
Lowry float shot, greatly timed and beautifully placed. 7 points away is Heritage Christian.
Tell you what, if you're Heritage Christian, you can kind of steal this set. Maybe you can get some momentum, and maybe you can play 5 sets tonight, Jimmy.
Opens up a door of opportunities if you're able to steal this one. That was a nice block attempt by the team of Winya and Valentine, but too strong there was Mount Vernon. Makes it a 5-point game, 18-13. Critical juncture here.
Senior Bowser back in. Serve for the Mount Vernon.
Bowser serves it up. Be a point to Mount Vernon. Too many times, too many hits, 4 hits for Heritage Christian. That was 4-point game.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of inexperience there by your sophomore setter for Heritage Christian.
Quick conversation there. Make sure everything's proper in rotation. Winya, conversation with Coach Thomas. Bowser serves. They go outside. Ward. Fitzgerald. Hickey somehow got a paw on it. Going to be a tough play to get it over.
Wow.
And there's a redirect finesse shot by Eugen to make it a 3-point game.
You know, what a great play by the Eagles to get that ball over the net. And your senior setter, Riley Eugen, on the other side, makes a super smart play and puts that ball right where nobody is.
Type of plays you expect from her. Bowser was ace hunting there. And well struck by Winya. 19-15. Again, you're going to need a long run if you're Mount Vernon to try to get back into this one. If you're the Eagles, this point is oh so critical to get you within 5, stealing a game. You always have that mini race within the game, first to 5, first to 10. In this case, first to 20.
Yeah.
Eagles unable to get it there.
There's always first to 20 is always a big thing. You know, it's a big mental number, first one to 20.
Mount Vernon trying to dig in and beat them to that mark. They're down by 3.
You know, Belawenya, we've seen her get kills on the outside, in the middle, and on the right side all night long. We'll see how the Eagles do with her on the bench now. Oh, nice pickup there by Bowser.
Belmont, her shot is received by the Eagles. They'll go to Ward. It was blocked back. And now it's a 2-point game.
Nice hit there by Hickey out of the back row, and a good block by Mount Vernon.
Finger crossing time for the Eagles.
They're still trying to get that first one to 20. They've given up a couple points now.
Hickey. Well timed.
Oh, nice dig there by the sophomore setter Cook. Really nice play.
That's a tough initial touch. One more to get it over. Herman does so. Here come the Eagles. Schultz. Beautiful. And they get that first to 20 mark. They're 5 away. Lead is 3, 20-17. Again, this is the part of the match, though, Wes, where you can't have any unforced errors. They've done a great job cleaning it up so far here in game number 3.
Yeah, exactly. And, no service errors, no hitting errors. Go out there and earn those points.
McCloskey. That one's on me. That one's on me. You and I are 1 for 3 on that so far tonight.
Yeah, you know what?
Or 2 for 3
yeah,
so far tonight. It's the wrong percentage.
No,
you want to be on.
yeah, we're not doing very good, Jimmy.
G. Weiler almost air-melted herself.
Oh, what a great serve receive pass by Ward there.
Good play in front of the net by the Eagles. The work outside. Nice dig by Mount Vernon. And great power by Beaumont.
What a smart play by Beaumont there. Just you see some of the experience coming up.
Heritage Christian wants a timeout. Their lead has dwindled to 1. Stay with us on IndianaSRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
(20-19) your score, advantage Heritage Christian, but they trail 2 games to none against the 9th-ranked Mount Vernon Marauders. Jimmy Cook and Wes Snyder coming to you live from Heritage Christian High School. Thank you so much for joining us here on IndianaSRN in conjunction with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Mount Vernon will serve. Again, they trail by 1, but they do have service honors in their way.
So you had Heritage Christian up 19-15. Mount Vernon's coming back, made this a 1-point game. Nice pass there by Ward.
Outscored them 4-1 over that span. As Wes points out, they go outside. Beaumont, power shot. Hickey, one to get it over, and she does. There's Mount Vernon. Beaumont again.
Oh, nice swing. Great pickup there by Ward.
Powell's. That's a tough play by Mount Vernon. They somehow make it. And contact with the net was made there on the outside by Ward. We're tied at 20.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate there that it was a little bit of a tight set, unfortunate net contact, and all of a sudden
it's a race to 5.
Race to 5. Got a whole new ball game here.
Remember, it is win by 2. G. Wheeler serves to the back row. Well, I got up there on that first touch, and that shot's airmailed.
Yeah, they had a couple players asking for a touch. I'm going to go out on a limb and say there was no touch there, Jimmy.
If you don't ask, you don't get, Wes. You gotta float it out there.
You know what? You're exactly right.
Oh, that's airmailed as well. So we're tied at 21. Both teams exchange unforced errors.
Amaya Larry checks back into the game.
Ward into the net. It's been a string of unforced errors by both teams. 22-21. 3 points away are the Marauders.
It's the first time I can remember Mount Vernon with the lead in this set.
The first lead they've had since
very
early stages.
Nice job by McCloskey to dig that ball out of the net.
One play to get it over, and that was just too much to ask for.
Yeah, it was
out of Mount Vernon. We're tied at 22.
Yeah, really tight pass into the net there. Not a whole lot that the setter could do with that one.
Hickey. They go outside. Beaumont. Parr set it over. Lowry. Long shot. I think it went in. I think it bounced in.
Wow.
Just got that back line.
Wow.
2 points away is Heritage Christian. What a shot by Lowry. Timeout. Mount Vernon will take one as well. Eagles looking to steal a game on IndianaSRN. That was nice.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here at Heritage Christian, Jimmy Cook alongside Wes Snyder. Eagles trail 2 games to none, but a chance to steal a game here. They have service up 1, 23-22. The Marauders go outside. Beaumont, that's well read by Hickey. Misdirection shot. They were ready for it. Beaumont again, this time power. It somehow gets over on the dig. Beaumont again, she'll float it this time. Great communication by Heritage Christian. Lowry. It'll be 2 hits against Heritage Christian, much to the dismay of pretty much anybody in blue here tonight.
I tell you what, that is a so you really want consistency all night long. She hasn't called that 2 hits all night that tight. That's a really tough call at that point in the match.
We're tied at 23. Coach Thomas wants a timeout to talk it over on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian. We're mid-serve. It's Mount Vernon serve, and a great play by Cece Beaumont. The Marauders a chance to kind of steal this game. And not only that, take the match. It's match point number 1.
What a great swing by Beaumont there. Just put that right in the corner where no one was. Just a really smart play.
Beaumont serves it up. Tough play in front of the net. There goes the Marauders. That shot by Fitzgerald. It'll be a point for the Eagles. They could not get it over in time. 4 hits against Mount Vernon. So now we're tied at 24. And again, it's win by 2. So we're into extra points the rest of the way.
That was one of the first kind of poor setting decisions there by the Mount Vernon
seemed
setter.
Indecisive almost, Wes.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to go to Cece Beaumont on that set. You've got to go with it there, and this is one of the few times she's made a poor setting choice.
That one might have been touched. It was tipped.
Yeah.
It was going out, no doubt. Beaumont tried to make a play on it, got a fingertip on it, and now all of a sudden it's game point instead of match point. Belongs to the Eagles. Hannah Cook.
Tell you what, Mount Vernon played 2 balls that were going out of bounds on that. Gave the Eagles a gift on that point.
Here's Cook's service. Soft shot, won't get over, and the Eagles steal a game.
There's a lot of excitement out there for the Heritage Christian Eagles.
Particularly, as you mentioned, that would get it. It's tough being an official in any sport, but if you feel you're on the wrong side of a call, you overpower through that.
Yeah.
If you're the Eagles, and I believe the coach owes you like 5 pizzas.
That's
now,
right,
so
5 pizzas.
We'll be back after this.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Well, back at Heritage Christian, 2-1. How about that?
I tell you what, how much fun was that to just see the excitement for Heritage Christian after losing that first set 25-9, and then the second set you're in it, but you just couldn't finish it at the end. To come back and won, to come back after a fairly poor call on a double hit. And then to overcome that, come back and win that set is really good for the Heritage Christian Eagles.
And maybe the senior leadership of 1 or 2 players may be motivated. And then that the libero Hickey has been in a state championship, has been in another state championship. You see the poise of her as a junior. I think might be a junior.
Yeah.
You see her poise to get them fired up to do that.
Yeah, Hickey, she's played a great game tonight, Coach.
It's been a lot of fun watching them. And Mount Vernon, the wheels just fell out, and maybe there is something there. Who knows? It's going to be interesting. This is a long minute and 20 seconds, though, for Heritage. They want this thing to go now.
Yeah, let's go.
Mount Vernon's like, let's just coast through a little bit. So. You expect Mount Vernon just to come out game masters here at Game 4.
Well, I tell you what, I think some of their senior leadership. If I'm Mount Vernon, I want my seniors taking over right now. If I'm Coach Beaumont, I want my senior setters setting my senior hitter on the outside and getting up and going early.
Very interesting. He's not even in the huddle. He is outside the huddle, and you can see everybody else talking. He's outside the huddle. Maybe that's what he wants, that senior leadership to take control. Yeah. This is only game number 4 for them. Heritage, though, very well poised tonight. And a nice little crowd on hand earlier this year.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was really impressed with how Heritage, they were up 19-15. They let Mount Vernon come all the way back to be up 23-22, and then to come back and win that match. That's a real, or come back and win that set. I mean, that's a really good win for the Eagles.
Heritage Christian in action again next Tuesday night, I do believe, right here against Cecina. Wes will be here next Tuesday night, so join us there. Also, don't forget high school football. Jimmy is around the corner. It's IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
Thanks, Coach.
So did you decide what kind of toppings you wanted?
Well, he does owe me pizza now. That's all there is to it.
This is a heck of a crowd here tonight for Heritage Christian for their home opener. So pleased you've joined us along for the ride. If you're here so far, you know what the deal has been. If you're just joining us for the first time tonight, let's get you up to speed. It was 2-0 in favor of Mount Vernon and Heritage Christian, just like they did a year ago. That was on the road at Mount Vernon, this time in their friendly confines here at Heritage Christian. Steal game 3, do it in dramatic fashion, 26-24. And now it's 1 game at a time for Heritage Christian, trying to make it 2 in a row and take us to a 5th game.
Well, I tell you what, Heritage Christian has the momentum now. If you're Heritage Christian, go out here and get these first few points and just show that you want to play 5.
On the other side, if you're Mount Vernon, you get it. You got a game that you could say was you got a game that you could say you probably should have closed out, but give credit to the other side. They were able to get one, all right. You're looking for your own, won't be a clean sweep, but a gentleman's sweep, as it were, and get it done here in game number 4.
I got to be honest, Jimmy, when Mount Vernon came back and went up 23-22, I really thought that was probably it. I really that
particularly for a young team like that, I'm sure a number of people in the building felt the exact same way. It's tough to overcome something like that, particularly because whether it was the bench or the players on the floor, there was emotions after that call was made.
Right, exactly.
You'd think a young team might falter. They did not. That play in front of the net by Winya. No luck there.
Yep, if you're Heritage, you got to limit those errors, just like that hitting error right there. Limit those errors and just keep that confidence up. Keep that momentum on your side of the net.
Lowry outside. That's airmailed. Service will continue for the Marauders. CC Bullmile will have the honors. And we talked about it right there when it was 24-23, West, that they made the decision to not go to Bullmile there, whether that was just a panic decision or whether it was the way the setter chose to go. But that kind of turned the tide because they had an unforced error there and a great play by Heritage Christian. And then they're able to close things out afterwards. 2 hits for Mount Vernon.
Well, I tell you what, you heard a lot of Eagle fans on that one. They were yelling for that double. That's the one that they got called on. They were wanting that call back.
They got it there. Makes it a 1-point advantage for Mount Vernon. 3-2. Serving duties belong to the sophomore, Hannah Cook. Cook measures it into the net. 4-2. They even survived our broadcasters jinx that game as well, Wes. So.
You notice I wasn't going to say anything about Hannah Cook serving that time.
Me too.
I jinxed her once. I'm not going to do it again. That's right.
4-2 your score. Mount Vernon leads 2-1 in this best of 5. Game number 4 for them. They had victories over Greenwood, Cathedral, and Noblesville. All those at home, and there's another kill for the Marauders.
And I tell you what, I can't. All those teams are good, but Cathedral and Noblesville are really good this year, and those are good wins. Those are wins that are going to help them at the end of the season.
And anytime you can get those wins right out of the gate, stay perfect in terms of your overall season record. It's just going to continue to build momentum. Not that a team that has as much depth and talent like Mount Vernon needs it, but it's always good to get the season started on the right footing, as it's 6-2 now after that kill by the Marauders.
I tell you what, this is, if you're the Eagles, this is right here. You don't want to let this set get away real quick.
There's an unforced error by Mount Vernon. That's a way to keep it close without having to do much.
I was watching Coach Beaumont on that one. I don't think he was happy with that.
Can't imagine he would be.
Go up 6-2 just to give one of them right back.
Lowry airmails it. So they exchange unforced errors. It's 7-3.
I don't know that anyone wants to win this match.
It's a giveaway to this point. We saw that a handful of times in Game 3.
Obviously, I'm kidding. They all want to win.
Sure.
But that's a lot of errors right there.
Delaney Bowser, the senior. She serves into the back row. Tough play for Ward.
Nice job of Ward just getting a swing on the ball right there.
Let's see where they go this time. They go outside. That's airmailed. An aggressive take there by Mary Lyons.
Right idea. You want to take that overpass and put it down. Just went long.
Deficit is 3 with Winya serving. Go outside. Fitzgerald blocked. Be a point for Heritage Christian.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Mount Vernon just doesn't look as crisp as what they did in that first set. Even in the second set that they won, they still had some errors in that one, and it's just not the best match so far for Mount Vernon.
And suddenly they find their lead down to 2. Nice set shot. Work outside to Ward. Fitzgerald, cross court, got the far line, 8-5.
That's just a smart swing right there. Smart swing, put the ball down.
gives service back to the Marauders.
Abby Herman back to serve.
Well placed to the back row. Good battle in front of the net. One to get it over. The Marauders cannot.
Nice swing by Schultz out of the middle there. Get that kill. She's had a good match too. She was sick and wasn't able to play that first match against Franklin Central, and she's come in here and had a good match this evening.
So it's a 2-point game now. McCloskey's serve is received. Ward. Outside Beaumont. That'll take a weird bounce. Hickey able to find it, and they get it over. One more time to Beaumont. This time full power. Here's Ward. Nice rally on both sides. Beaumont finds the corner, found the opening. Lead is 3.
How many times have we seen her do that tonight? So many times, especially in high school volleyball, so many times kids just want to just swing and just rip it as hard as they can. And Beaumont is just happy putting it where no one is and scoring points.
It's not always, we mentioned this so many times, it's not always about the power shot. It's about those well-placed shots.
And don't get me wrong, she can hit the ball hard when she wants to.
Oh, we saw it twice on that very rally. One to get it over, and there's been a couple of those tonight in front of the net. It hasn't only been Drahmer who committed it there, but it's a shot that it's going straight up. It's going straight up.
That one hit the back wall on the fly.
It's like when you're on one side of the green, Wes, and you're trying to aim for the flagstick, and you know immediately when you hit it that it's over the green. That's going to be a point for Mount Vernon, I believe. They'll call it a
lift, yeah.
It's 10-7, only a 3-point advantage. But that first mark, if you're going to race to 10, race to 15, race to 20, what have you, goes to the Marauders.
I won't name any names, to protect the protect the guilty. But I did see a match here one time, Jimmy, when someone hit that scoreboard on the fly. The one over, the back scoreboard on the fly. I did see that. Someone hitting from the outside hit that one on the fly. And they got a hold of it, so to speak.
Well, I could go through a number of gym classes where you'd have a dodgeball and it might have gone a little astray, hit a scoreboard or two. But, man, that's another thing. If it's volleyball and you got a nice power shot behind it, man. Lead still stands at 3, but this time it's 11-8, and Beaumont will serve. Here comes Heritage Christian. Beautifully placed shot by Winya.
Great swing by Winya. And I tell you what a great set by Katie McCloskey.
All starts with that set.
It does. A lot of times, set in the middle is it's just not easy, right? It's just not easy. One, you've got to have a really good pass, and your timing's just got to be better set in the middle. And that was a great set by your senior setter, McCloskey. Give Bella Winya a chance just to terminate that ball and really get a good swing on it.
Hannah Cook's had herself a nice night so far. The sophomore serves it wide of the mark.
Cook has played good. The sophomore setter, they've run this 6-2 all night with Cook and McCloskey, and both of them have played good. I've been really impressed with the way they've played.
Sophia Drahmer thought she had service, but she'll now, I believe, rotate out, and it will be Kate Ferguson, the sophomore, with service honors. I want to remind you, tomorrow night high school football will get started across the state, but specifically here on IndianaSRN. Go to IndianaSRN.org for all of your local listings. There's a nice kill in front of the net by Mount Vernon.
Are you calling a football game tomorrow night?
No game tomorrow night. Ordinarily, you'll see me throughout the season having nice doubleheaders like this, a little Thursday night volleyball, Friday night football, but no such luck tomorrow. However, if you're in the Heritage Christian community, I'll be lucky enough to be on a number of Heritage Christian games this year. If we are doing some self-plugging, as nice ace there by a kill there by Heritage Christian.
I tell you what, that was a great swing by Ava Valentine, but the down ref called her in the net.
Yep, I was going to say, anytime you see a pause and hands in the air, Wes, it's not a good thing. So it'll be a 5-point lead now.
And you know what? Bill called that well before that ball was even down. He immediately called the net call. And you'll have a little bit of frustration there, maybe by some Eagle fans, but that was a really good call.
Lead now 15-9.
If you're the Eagles here, Jimmy, you want to kind of stop the bleeding, so to speak, and get back in the game.
Well, it's a critical juncture right now. The last thing you want to have is this thing increase any further than it has. 15-10 your score. They do just that. They do just that as they cut it back to 5.
Great swing by Winya out of the outside. You know, like we said before, she's got kills from the outside, from the middle, from the right side. Bella Winya has just had a really good game this evening.
Carly Minitel will have service. I was going to say for self-promotion. I produced the Dan Dawkins show throughout the week, and tomorrow Dan is out, so I'll be in the guest host chair.
Oh,
with Brendan
nice.
King. So
really,
turn your radio dial to 93.5 or 107.5 The Fan tomorrow from noon to 3, or on the 107.5 The Fan app. You can hear yours truly talking a little Colts preseason action as they get ready for game number 2 against the Minnesota Vikings on Saturdays. There's another nice kill for Heritage Christian.
Yeah, Macy Ward there with another really good swing out of the outside. Really, all the Heritage hitters after a shaky set 1 have really played pretty good here the rest of the way. Macy Ward, one of them. Oh, great dig there by Kendall Hickey.
Beautiful dig.
Just a wonderful
Hickey.
dig.
There was some veracity behind that shot, and finally able to get through it is Hanbaum. She had just a fierce, high-velocity shot that had that impressive dig by Hickey. Able to get the better end of the Eagles, though, in the end.
Yeah, just a great play on both sides of the net there. That was a fun point to watch.
The lead is 5, and this might be an area to call a timeout. Indeed, it is. Coach Thomas has seen enough. It's a 5-point lead. Marauders 9 points away from closing things out on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back at Heritage Christian. Service for Mount Vernon. It'll be a point to the Marauders.
Yeah, two swings in a row there for Ava Valentine. Gets a nice swing on it, but then just gets in the net.
So it's 17-11 now, and in the race to 20 in terms of benchmarks throughout the game. 3 points away is Mount Vernon. Eagles, well, that was a ricochet shot. Great play by Eugen. Let's see how Heritage Christian responds. That's going to be a point for Mount Vernon. 2 hits called against the Eagles.
Yeah, it's a tough call there for Hannah Cook. The right call, but not the best timing to have that double contact for your setter.
7-point advantage. 7 points away are the Marauders. And that shot could not find the sideline. It'll instead go out, 18-12.
Nice job there by Macy Ward, getting her foot all the way to the line, making sure that ball's out. Good job following that all the way.
Winya. Received by the back row. Cross-court shot is down. Well struck by Mary Lyons. Found the middle and a beautiful opening just past the 10-foot line.
A perfectly run slide there by Mount Vernon. Middle goes out around the back of the setter, and just a perfectly run slide puts it right down on the 10-foot line. Beautiful play there by Mount Vernon.
Abby Herman now serving. Almost a miscommunication there by the Eagles. Ward shot, received by Mount Vernon. Blocked, Lions wanted it. And that's a beautiful misdirect. One to get it over. Minitel does.
Great block by Schultz in the middle there.
Beaumont shot, nice dive by Ward. Minitel blocked. Schultz got a paw on it. There's Ward. Bowser.
Oh, great dig by Hickey. Hickey has just had a good match tonight. Just playing really solid in the back row for the Eagles.
Beaumont and Hickey that time. Tough play. Marauders are 5 points away, but you're exactly right, Wes. When you look at this game film, if you're Coach Thomas, Kendall Hickey, one of those players that had experience on varsity a year ago, a key contributor at times. She's shined brightly so far tonight. Lions puts it down. Hickey got the dig, but it ricocheted just off. Marauders are 4 points away, and a timeout taken by Heritage Christian. We will take one as well. Knocking on the door to complete this match is Mount Vernon on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Abby Herman serving for Mount Vernon, and she airmails it on the far side to give a little bit of life to Heritage Christian. They trail now by 8, 21-13. Jimmy Cook alongside Wes Snyder. We're going to thank you so much for joining us here on IndianaSRN. I want to remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited, as there's a nice finesse shot by Mount Vernon to make it 22-13. They are 3 points away.
Yeah, Beaumont with another smart play right there. Gets the kill. Gets Mount Vernon within 3 points of the win.
It'll be Libby G. Wheeler serving it up for Mount Vernon. Nice dig in. Ward. Beautiful shot. Perfect result.
Ward made the really good serve receive pass, got the ball back, got the kill.
And now Ward will have service duties. 22-14 your score. Ward surveys the scene, puts it in play. Outside, Beaumont gets the kill.
Another nice swing by Cece there on the outside.
You make the argument Beaumont's most impressive game, and really the most impressive game from Mount Vernon was in that first game. Since then, as Heritage Christian has improved, I don't want to say they've been able to contain her, so to speak, but the blocks have been more present with those aggressive attacks by Beaumont. They've forced her to get creative, which she's done very well also.
And you know another thing, Heritage has served the ball really tough, which has kept them more out of system, which just makes it harder to get her the ball. And they've done a really good job of kind of doing your best to play keep away from her.
24-14 your score. Match point number 2 for Mount Vernon. Hickey. They go outside. Marauders get a paw on it. Beaumont to close it out. It is wide.
Man, what a great set by your senior setter there by Mount Vernon. That was a really hard ball to set, and she made a perfect set to the outside. CC Beaumont just a little bit on the other side of the line, just not quite in bounds, but what a great set to make right there.
Match point number 3. That's blocked, and it stays in play. 24-16, Heritage Christian with service and control of their own destiny the rest of the way. And they have another rally in them. Kendall Hickey continues her service. Match point 4.
Outside the net. That last point's a little elusive here for Mount Vernon.
It'll be match point number 5 on the night. Hickey. Outside, Beaumont. One to get it over, and that will close things out. An unforced error on 2 hits ends things. No such rally this year for the Eagles as Mount Vernon stays undefeated. They take care of things in this final game. 25-15, the final. Going game by game, 25-9, advantage Mount Vernon. Talked about it, that being the most dominant performance that we saw, but again, maybe not the strongest in fairness to Heritage Christian. Again, a very young team. It's just their second game under their belts. But they were able to respond, at least in terms of scoring output. They still lose 25-20 in game number 2, then put everything together in game number 3 to take their lone game of this match, 26-24. By game number 5, 25-15 in favor of Mount Vernon to close things out in 4 games, 3 games to 1.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you're Coach Thomas, I really think that you're never happy with a loss, right? But I think you're happy with the way your team responded after that first set. It could have just went downhill and they never scored more than 10 points in any set after that first set, losing 25-9. If you're Coach Thomas, I think you really like the resiliency that your team showed. You lost set 2, but you competed 25-20. You came back, had that really nice comeback and win set 3. And I think if you're Coach Thomas, you're thinking, well, this is a performance I can build off of after that first set.
And we talked about it throughout the broadcast that as a team that is so inexperienced in terms of varsity minutes, what you really want to do, you're trying to win. Everybody's trying to win every game. Let's not leave that at the table.
Sure.
But you want to have plays on tape that you're able to go back, dive into that film. Here's the areas we did well. Here's what we want to continue to improve on. This is the areas that weren't so great that we want to see grow game by game, set by set, match by match as things go on. They don't have a lot of that right now. And so that is the major bright spot for Coach Thomas, is being able to now have 2 games under your belt, have a high momentum game here against a top 10 opponent, a class above you, and be able to grow through that in these film sessions as you prepare for your next contest.
Yeah, there's no question. I tell you what, this is going to be one of the toughest matches that this Heritage Christian team plays all year. This is a good match to build up of. There's no question about that.
Well, up next for the Eagles, they'll be in action on Saturday as they take on Decatur Central. For Mount Vernon, they will also be in action on Saturday when they continue this road trip against Western Boone. So for the Eagles, they fall to 0-2 on the season. Meanwhile, for Mount Vernon, they stay perfect at 3-0. We want to give a special thanks to the Indiana High School Athletic Association in conjunction with IndianaSRN. Also thanks to Jerry Collins, Keith Myers, Debbie Myers doing a solid job on stats. Also special thanks to Casey, Troy, and Brennan doing a great job behind the 1s and 2s and on our camera controls. For my partner this evening, Wes Snyder, I'm Jimmy Cook. Again, our final in this one. Mount Vernon takes it 3-1. And until we talk to you, actually before we say that, reminder, please go to IndianaSRN.org. Be heavily involved in all of the high school football action we have across the state. That starts tomorrow and will be with you all season long on IndianaSRN. But again, for my partner, Wes Snyder, I'm Jimmy Cook. Again, until we talk to you next time, so long, everybody.